Okay, so we are learning about significant disarmament treaties. So the first breakthrough was making Antarctic Treaty in 1959, where that is demilitarized. So they are requesting the entire world not to use Antarctica as a military zone. It's a very genuine request, and you all know the significance of the existence of Antarctica. So if that is used by the superpowers for testing of nuclear weapons, then it will create grave environmental damage. So that is why this treaty is significant disarmament treaty. Then we should ban testing. Different types of testing was happening throughout the world because every nation was competing to prove their potential during the Cold War period. So the second significant treaty was the Partial Test Ban Treaty of 1963, signed by United Kingdom, United States, and Soviet Union, the three big powers which have already tested for nuclear weapons. Okay, so these three countries are signing this test ban treaty in 1963. So according to this partial test ban treaty, that means what is partial word here? They are going to impose limitations or ban on certain types of testing. So they are banning nuclear testing from atmosphere, from underwater, and in space. Okay, so the three locations are being banned. You cannot do nuclear testing in the atmosphere. You cannot do nuclear testing under the sea water. So whether it is sea water or river water, underwater testing was put in ban, as well as in space. Okay, so three locations. So that means other testings were allowed. What are the other testings? Surface. It is possible to test on the surface, on the land surface, on the sea surface. It is possible to conduct testing, and then below the land also it is possible to conduct testing. So partial test ban treaty did not ban testing of all types. It banned only testing of three types of nuclear weapon processes. Okay, so in the atmosphere, in underwater, and in space. So 1963 PTBT was signed, was considered to be a significant breakthrough in the disarmament talks that were conducted by United Nations, right? So questions can be asked about PTBT. So this treaty is also stipulating the countries that sign the treaty should not carry out any nuclear weapon explosion or any other nuclear explosion in atmosphere beyond its limits, including outer space or underwater, including territorial waters or high seas. So that way they are putting some kind of partial ban on nuclear testing. Okay, so this treaty also included peaceful nuclear explosions. So they are telling about all types of explosions. Not you cannot say nuclear testing is for war or nuclear testing is for peace. So PTBT is telling that you cannot do testing in these three atmosphere or underwater or in the space for any purpose. So that way put ban. They are imposing ban. So it is considered to be a historical milestone in arms control. This is the first time a test ban was agreed upon. A test ban is imposed, and the great powers are saying, yes, let us not do so. So that way, several other nations also signed the treaty and became members of the partial test ban treaties. Okay, signed and ratified. So all those who are in green color have signed and ratified. Ratified means it got approved in their own House of Parliament. So that way it is implemented. Only signed. The yellow nation signed the document, but they did not ratify in the parliament, whereas the other red nations did not even sign the treaty. So partial test ban treaty is one of the significant earlier disarmament treaty that was signed. Okay, so nuclear weapon testing continued in the underground, because I told you underground was not included. So there were countries which continued to do nuclear weapon testing underground. Okay. And hundreds of tests were also conducted by certain big powers. America, Russia, France, Great Britain, these four nations have already carried out many testing. China became number 5 to test nuclear weapon in 1964. So what are the 5 nations that were conducting testing by 1964? You have USA, you have Russia, we have Great Britain, we have France and China. So these 5 nations have conducted hundreds of tests, and majority of the tests were conducted underground. Okay, China and France did not even sign PTBT. Therefore, they even conducted atmospheric testing also till 1980s. So that way, PTBT was a very historic milestone. But can I say that because of PTBT, nuclear disarmament was enforced? No, I cannot say that. It only brought a level of awareness and acceptance among the member nation, but it also created haves and have-nots. So 5 nations were recognized as nuclear power states, and the remaining states were have-nots. Okay, so by 1964, 5 nations of the world had nuclear capabilities. Okay, then in 1967, the Treaty on Principles governing the use of outer space was clearly spelled out, so that we don't shoot out some celestial body. Okay, so we don't know whether gods are living in heaven. Okay, so that way this treaty wanted to ban any kind of nuclear testing in the outer space, including moon or other planets. They are telling don't do that. Okay, so it's because you are not sure what is going to happen, whether they already have better technology than you and they will crash the entire earth because you disturbed them also. We are unaware. So that way, since you are unaware of the outer space, kindly do not conduct your exploration and use of weapons in the outer space. So that way, outer space treaty was signed in 1967. Okay, right. So I started saying there was 2 clubs are created, right? Haves and have-nots. Nuclear club of countries having the nuclear capability and countries that do not have. So that word is going to come true in 1968. So the second important treaty that came into existence was Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT. How many of you have heard this treaty? Non-Proliferation Treaty, Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Have you heard of NPT? Yes, 2 people have answered again. They have heard of this treaty. Yes, because before CTBT, today everybody talks about CTBT, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. Before CTBT, the famous treaty that was signed were PTBT and NPT only. Okay, right. So that way, Non-Proliferation Treaty was signed in 1968. It was considered to be an achievement because this treaty actually listed out what should be reduced, what should be eliminated, and how disarmament should be measured, and how it should be implemented at the international level. So Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty came into force in 1970. So it was adopted in 68, came into force in 1970, and it got extended indefinitely in 1995. So this treaty is applicable even today. Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Treaty on non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. Proliferation means what? 1 becoming 2, 2 becoming 4, 4 becoming 8. Okay, so proliferation is increasing the number and quantity and the power. Okay, number, that is quantity, and the quality, the power of weapon, the technology also you can increase. That means I have only 2 weapons, 2 missiles, but the caliber of the missile can be topped up, right? So I have 100 bullets only. I have only 1 gun, but I may have 1 cupboard of bullets. I may have 100 bullets. I may have 10,000 bullets. I have so many things. So that way, this started counting the proliferation. So the amount has to be reduced. So this treaty wanted to make reduction in the numbers, in the resources, in the weaponry, technology also. Okay, 187 countries have signed this treaty, including the original 5. Here comes the nuclear club. Original 5. Okay, there are 5 original nuclear states. Those who are not in this 5 are all new nuclear state. Okay, for example, India. India is not in the 5, okay, right? So you have America, you have Russia, you have France, you have Britain, and you have China. These 5 were the original nuclear power state by 1964. So this NPT is getting signed in 68. So when this treaty is getting signed, they are making out lot of provisions. In the provision, they will talk about original 5 and the rest of the world. Original 5 and the rest of the world. So the club haves and the have-nots, right? So if you want to achieve world peace, all nations of the world should together unitedly make all the efforts. But here in this treaty, the beauty is they talk about the original 5 and the rest of the world. Okay, so you have countries, 187 countries have signed this treaty, but India did not sign NPT. Since India did not sign, Pakistan did not sign. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, my dear.
I mean, there are so many nations which does not have nuclear weapon. Then what was the need for them to signing the NPT?
Yes. So for that, we should know what are the provisions of the treaty. Okay. What is the treaty aiming at? Okay. And that's what are they trying to aim at? And what is the provision that they want to implement? 187 countries signed the treaty. So there are few nations which refuse to sign the treaty even at that level, because they could understand the distinction that they are making between the original 5 and the rest of the world. Okay, right? So the treaty is talking about nuclear weapon states as the original 5. NWS are those countries that tested nuclear weapons before 1967, and all other countries as non-nuclear weapon states. According to this treaty, the world is divided into 2, NWS versus NNWS, non-nuclear weapon states. So there are 3 pillars of this treaty. Number 1, nuclear non-proliferation. Number 2, nuclear disarmament. And number 3, peaceful use of nuclear energy. So this treaty talks about 3 things. Nuclear non-proliferation. So that means you should not increase the number of nuclear weapons. Nuclear disarmament. You should not arm yourself as a nuclear weapon country. Okay. Then thirdly, if you are testing or using atomic energy, it should be for peaceful purposes only. So level 1, you can work on atomic energy, but you should use it only for peaceful purpose. Level 2, if you are not a nuclear weapon state, you should not try to become a nuclear weapon state. So this country puts a restriction that you should not try to become a nuclear weapon state. Number 3, if you are already a nuclear weapon state, what you should do? You should not proliferate in your country or in other country. You should not help another country to become a nuclear weapon state. So 3 stages. Do you get my point? So this treaty is defining the haves and the have-nots. Those who have already, those who do not have. Those who already have are the nuclear weapon states who have the technology before 67. Those who do not have in 1967. India was one of the countries that did not have nuclear weapon technology in 1967. So India will also fall as non-nuclear weapon state. So what are the 3 conditions India should follow? Number 1, you should only use nuclear energy for peaceful purpose. Number 2, India should follow disarmament. India should not produce nuclear weapons. And if at all you have it, you will face reaction. Okay, so that is why when India went for Pokhran testing, we were imposed with lot of bans and restrictions as a punishment, because though you did not sign the treaty, you have violated the understanding of the world. Okay, right? So this treaty prohibits.
Ma'am, can we go back to slide? Last slide. Ma'am, one of the pillar of disarmament is, NPT is nuclear disarmament. How long this is relevant to the state which already possess the nuclear weapons?
It is not relevant to them.
Okay, it is for those who don't have. Okay, ma'am.
So those who already have should follow only one. Those who do not have should follow all the three, right? So this treaty is prohibiting nuclear weapon state from transferring the technology or transferring the weapon or transferring the explosives to other people, non-nuclear weapon state. So if I'm America or China, then what I'm not supposed to do, I should not sell my nuclear weapon or gift or donate my nuclear weapon or help the other country to achieve nuclear weapon technology. That is preventing proliferation. Okay, so that is what they are supposed to do, right? So non-nuclear weapon states, what are they supposed to do? They should not acquire nuclear weapon. They should not buy. They should not say, give me. They should not go sign a treaty, trade agreement, or some weapon agreement with big power and try to acquire the treaty. So that way they should not acquire nuclear weapon. They should not acquire nuclear explosive devices, also automatically loaded ones. Also, they should not acquire. Then that means what? They should also not work on the nuclear energy for the production of nuclear weapons. Okay. So each non-nuclear weapon state should undertake safeguard agreement, and they should allow International Atomic Energy Agency to come and investigate and certify that they are not using atomic energy for military purposes. So all the non-nuclear weapon state should allow this International Atomic Energy Agency to investigate them and then give a report that they are non-nuclear. They are following disarmament, that they are not using atomic energy for other than peaceful purposes. Okay. So they are also saying you have the right to have nuclear energy for peaceful purposes, but you do not have the right of using the nuclear energy for arming yourself. So that is disarmament, right? So stage one, you can work on atomic energy. Once you start working on atomic energy, you should allow International Atomic Energy Agency to come and investigate you, inspect you, and give a certificate. Remember, Iraq has to undergo inspections every year, and they have to be certified that they are not having weapons of mass destruction. So like that, every nation of the world who is a signatory of this treaty should allow that to happen, right? So that way, this is the fundamental things of the treaty. The treaty is superb, treaty is successful, treaty is trying to do what United Nations want to do. What is that? Reduction in the level of nuclear weapons, reduction in the military technology, and then trying to achieve disarmament. But what they did not do is they are not putting limitation on the nuclear weapon state, that you should also disarm, you should also reduce, you should also throw away your nuclear technology. They could have told them, right? But they are not telling them. So they have actually created a club of having before 67 and not having after 67. So punishments will be imposed on countries that develop nuclear technology going against this principle of NPT. So that is what is the critique of NPT. So the most successful treaty that has been signed by 187 country and that has been renewed forever, perpetually in 1997 has this problem of discriminating between nuclear weapon state and non-nuclear weapon state. Okay, so this treaty wanted the nuclear weapon state not to proliferate, not to give away their weapons in the name of Cold War or in the name of friendship or NATO. They should not sell away the technology. So it is the foundation for international non-nuclear proliferation regime, but they are not making sure the nuclear weapon state will abide by their obligations or disarmament. What guarantee is there that Israel did not acquire technology from USA? What guarantee is there India did not acquire technology from Russia? No guarantee. So if you have military big powers supporting you, then it is possible for Cuba to get the weapon from Russia, possible for India to get the weapon from America or anybody for that matter. So that way, the treaty had not clearly spelled out the punishment for NWS for violating the agreement. Okay, so many people thought since very less number of countries are nuclear weapon states, the nuclear proliferation will drastically come down, but it did not come down. Okay, nuclear weapon states continue to test and stockpile. They took advantage of the situation, so they continue to test and stockpile. France alone has conducted 127 tests. So you can imagine the number of tests that has been conducted by US and Britain and China. They have undertaken many tests. So India, known to us, has done only 2 tests. But inside the 2 tests, we have done 3 + 2, 5 different tests had happened in the same Pokhran 1 and Pokhran 2. So even if you count, we have done only 2 major testing and 5 different types of minor testing only. Whereas France and Britain have done hundreds of testing. So is it fair? If you are a signatory of this treaty, what you should have done, you should have made sure that testing and stockpiling does not take place. So to date, around 27,000 nuclear weapons are existing. So the earth could have been destroyed at least 40-50 times with the amount of weapon that we are having. So that is why this NPT treaty, though successful in paper, is not considered to be very successful practically. Okay, so far this is the best treaty that has been signed. NPT refers to nuclear weapon states. That means these states have signed the treaty. Okay, and non-NPT states refers to countries that did not sign the treaty so far. And then there are countries which cleverly maneuvered. They are telling we don't want, but through NATO, we will share the nuclear resources. So the countries which have been put in green color, Turkey, Italy, Germany, Netherlands, they all have already put an agreement of sharing nuclear resources with already nations which are having nuclear weapons. And then we suspect Iran and Syria and Israel, Cuba, North Korea, or some of the countries which may have nuclear weapons also. So that way, this treaty is not highly successful, even though it has been signed by 187 countries. Question. America has built 675,000 nuclear missiles since 1951. So that means 1,144 missiles are being produced by them every year. So France is having 350 warheads. China is having minimum 200 warheads. India is having 100 warheads. Russia 2,787 warheads. We don't know but this is the actual count or not. This is what International Atomic Energy Agency is having as statistics. Okay, so that way nuclear weapons are being proliferated. So disarmament is not becoming successful due to proliferation. As Pooja asked me the question.
Ma'am, not a question, ma'am, but had to share something. Like for India to test its nuclear weapons, it had lots of challenges in between. Like USA used to constantly see through its satellites that there's no testing being done and all. So we had to overcome it, ma'am. And portraying this entire thing, how these challenges were overcome, Bollywood produced a movie called as Paramanu. John Abraham is the hero, ma'am. So it's a very nice movie, ma'am. Like if we see the movie, then we get to know how like this was overcome. So I would suggest everyone to see that Paramanu movie of John Abraham.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. Ma'am.
There are a lot of interesting movies in this concept. Okay, good. Look into that movie also. Fun learning. Okay, right. So that way we talk about the efforts that have been taken at the international level for disarmament. So we talked about 1968, the major breakthrough, signing of NPT, that was signed in 1968 and it came into force in 1970s, right? So 1970s was declared as the first disarmament decade. There's a question from Akash. Akash, ask the question, Akash. Or Deepti. Nuclear weapon countries were told not to share their nuclear weapons. Then what is it about NATO weapon? Brotherhood, yeah, friendship. They don't give the weapon, but the point is, if they want, if Turkey wants access to nuclear weapon in the case of nuclear war, the NATO has agreed to do so. Understand? Just in case Turkey is in a war and Turkey is being attacked with a nuclear weapon, then by the NATO agreement, Turkey will have access to the nuclear weapon of USA or Britain or France. That's the logic. I need not have to invest my time, my energy, my economy, my resources in creating a nuclear weapon. But I have a friend who has done all those things and keeping it uselessly in a room. So just in case we are having a nuclear warfare, then my friend promises to give me the weapon. Understand?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, but that is a violation against the.
Yes, all types of violations do happen, but they have not shared the, I mean, according to the agreement, they have not directly given or bought or purchased or gifted the nuclear weapon. They are only not allowed. See, by doing this, these big countries are telling we are preventing them from making nuclear weapon technology. Understand? So if the nuclear weapon is used only as a deterrent, what is deterrent? I have it, don't use your weapon against me. It's only a deterrent, because once you start using atom bomb, I start using my nuclear bombs on you, we will end in what? Mutual destruction, mutually assured destruction. So the weapons are only deterrent of warfare. So these NATO brothers are saying, we will help you. Just in case something happens, all of us will come together and kill each other. That's all. So that is the attraction of the NATO agreement, to keep their friends in their club. So that's what we meant when we said they share. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So General Assembly is trying their best. They are calling for disarmament decade. They are calling for elimination of non-nuclear weapons and things like that. So in the 1970s, they came out with a lot of treaties. Two examples are listed here. 71 Seabed Treaty. That means what? Prohibition of nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction on the seabed. And that means on the ocean floor, on the soil, subsoil under the ocean floor. Imagine, people were testing everywhere. So we have to put specific ban that you should not use weapons of mass destruction on all these things. So Seabed Treaty was signed in 71. Then 72, Biological Weapons Treaty was signed. As the name stands for, it prohibited development, stockpiling and sale of toxic biological weapons. Okay, so that way disarmament negotiations are becoming colorful. They're coming out with various bans, so imposed on the countries, because it will again lead to MAD, mutually assured destructions. So by mid 70s, 30 years after United Nations, you can say that United Nations was very disappointed that they were not able to come out with 100% disarmament. They were able to say 100% decolonization could take place. They could create 100% awareness on racism. But what they could not do is 100% disarmament. They cannot even say 50% disarmament, right? So nuclear policy proclaimed by the superpowers have reached an alarming level by 1970s only. Okay, so the creation of International Atomic Energy was also appreciable move only, but International Atomic Energy Agency is having two major tasks. So they have to assist the countries in developing technology only for peaceful purposes, and they have to put in safeguard system so that the Chernobyl leakage does not take place. Atomic energy disasters can be avoided. So they have to do two things: use technology only for peaceful purpose. For that, they have to do the inspection and guidelines, and two, they should come out with safety measures so that disasters do not take place from the study of nuclear energy. So that is an important move. So importance of NPT cannot be overemphasized. We can talk about why it is very essential, but still due to discriminatory moves only, we are not able to completely say that NPT was a successful agreement. Countries like India refused to sign the agreement mainly because of the discriminatory nature of the agreement. It should allow that nuclear states definition should be redefined, and it should also check the credibility of a country. If India says that we will use nuclear energy only for peaceful purposes, then India should be allowed to work on the nuclear energy. Okay, but India is not accepted as a credible state in that regard because we manufactured nuclear technology after 1967. So that is why when the NPT review conference took place also, there was a lot of debate and discussion in 2015, and then they talked about how this treaty need to be reviewed. Okay, so why India did not sign the treaty, I have written down here. You can go through in your PPT also, mainly because we consider it as discriminatory in nature. Okay, then India also says that we have lot of security problem. Not only India, every country will say this. We also want some weapon for using as deterrent. In our neighborhood, we have a lot of enemies. So India says that we want minimum nuclear deterrent. So we should be allowed to possess nuclear weapons. So India says that we should be allowed to have minimum nuclear weapons in order to safeguard their national interest. Okay, so that way India says we will not sign NPT. Okay, so NPT designated nuclear weapon states and other states is biggest problem of the world. Okay, so the same point which I have explained through picture is listed here in the words for you to quickly go through. Okay, so NATO nuclear weapon states are Belgium, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, and Turkey. States which formerly had nuclear weapon but have now given up because once they were part of Soviet Union, these states, Belarus, Kazakhstan, were part of Ukraine, were having the nuclear weapons, but now they do not have. They have declared that way. And South Africa was earlier having weapons, and they've also said that they have given up the nuclear weapons. So this is the status with regard to nuclear weapon states of the world. Then the latest agreement which was proposed in the 1990s was Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. Okay, so this treaty prohibits all forms of nuclear explosions on Earth. They do not want to put any conditions. 337 facilities worldwide will be established to monitor underground, atmosphere, and underwater testing, so that if any country in the world comes out with the testing, they will be immediately deducted. So that is what has happened during this period. Okay, so this treaty was negotiated between 94 and 96, and then it was kept for signature from 1996 onwards. So the condition is, if all the nuclear weapon states sign the agreement, this treaty will come into force. So has the treaty come into force? Are you with me?
Yes,
Has
ma'am.
CTBT come into force? I am not asking provisions of treaty. I am saying the rule itself. Only if all nuclear weapon states sign the agreement, this agreement will come into force. So, did India sign CTBT?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no, yes, India did not sign the treaty. So that means CTBT is also in the paper only. It has not come into force. So in the next class, we will read about some of the major provisions of the treaty and put an end to this discussion, but kindly read and come. Okay, right? So next Tuesday, 4 o'clock, we will have our club valedictory and release of the Scroll magazine. So please make yourself available at 4 o'clock. Okay, Tuesday at 4, we will have our club valedictory. If there are any other class assigned, you please let them know also that we will have a valedictory during that period. We have invited a special guest and our scroll will also be released on that day. Okay, right? So thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.